Yo, what is up, family? It's your man, Pastor Short T, back here with Break the Huddle. Man, we have an episode ready to go in tonight. But let me explain what we do. This is the platform for the Christian student athlete, for them to give their testimony and encourage others about Jesus Christ. That's how we get down. And we are unashamed, breaking chains in Jesus' name. That's what we do right here. And we ready to roll with this thing. I'm totally excited as usual. But we're going to go on and get into it, the topic and everything. Let me give you the rundown. If you want to give, you can go to bgtvstudios.org, or we're going to have the giving tools on the screen that you can give. But that's how you can keep helping all the shows here at BGTV Studios, keep them going strong. So thank you for tuning in. We are going to have a phenomenal show. Get ready for this episode. But let me go on and jump on the quote of the week. The quote of the week goes like this. Faith is like a radar that sees through the fog, the reality things at distance that the human eye cannot see. Let me say that one more time. Faith is like radar that sees through the fog, the reality of things at distance the human eye cannot see. And that's Corey 10 Boom, who gave me that quote right there. I like that one right there. Ryder, you like that one too, huh? All right, man. Well, I'm going to get into the word. Most people know I like to say, give me some word then. So we're going to get into it. Psalms 51, verse 1 through 3. Have mercy on me, O God, because of your unfailing love, because of great compassion, blot out the stains of my sin. Wash me clean from my guilt. Purify me from my sin. For I recognize my rebellion, and it haunts me day and night. Whoo, that's the word of God for the people of God, and thanks be to God. Now, before I get into the subject and all that, our subject tonight, I'm going to drop that. It's when reality kicks in. When reality kicks in. So I'm going to bring up my guest. And I'm totally amped about this, man. You know, I'm amped about everybody. But when I have a young man or a young lady that contacts me that I used to coach and they were 5 or 6 years old and now they're seniors in high school, that just does something to a brother. So he plays football for Gardendale High School right in Gardendale, Alabama. And he is ready to give y'all the word. He's excited. He done talked me through a testimony that I'm just excited for y'all to hear. So give it up for my man, Brayden Robinson. Oh, excuse me, Robbins. I'm thinking of Coach Robinson. Brayden Robbins. Yo, man, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hey, man, we're going to get into this thing, and we family, so you ain't got to be nervous or nothing. We're going to chop it up. So, Brayden, let's talk about when I started coaching you, man. This is amazing right here to me.
Yes,
think 5 or 6 years old.
yes, sir.
And you were a whole lot shorter then.
Yeah, about 4'11".
Yeah. How tall are you now?
6'3".
6'3". And so when I take the picture later, don't y'all be laughing at when I post that. And I look like I'm about 4'11". So don't do that to me. But Brayden, let's talk about coming up through the park, man. In Little League football, when you started, what did you like about coming back to the park time after time, man?
Man, just the bonds and the coaching staff that we had, it was amazing. Coach Ken, they would teach us life lessons, but also be able to teach us about God and like how we can use Him at a young age.
Okay.
I mean, them lessons y'all gave us today is still stick with me to now.
Wow. Man, you done got me going right there. Man, I want to ask you a couple questions, man. I usually like to do this thing called rapid fire, man. And with rapid fire, we go off a couple things, man. And it's like, we just keep it simple, man. Things you like to do, stuff like that. Can we do that right quick?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's hit that before we get deep into the testimony, because once we get to rolling, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So check this out. Favorite Looney Tune character, man. Hit me with that.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. Okay, I can go with you on that. Favorite Marvel comic character.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay. Tony Stark. You one of them dudes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, what is the favorite meal you like to get from mom?
Just got it tonight. Chicken, pasta, and rice.
Oh man. Hey, Miss Susan gonna have to hook me up. We're gonna come back with our shout outs here in a minute, man. We're gonna come back with the shout out. All right. Now, going beyond Jesus in the Bible, your favorite person you like to study about or read about.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that usually you can go a lot of different directions on that.
I mean, a lot of athletes, a lot of actors, but the one I've been with since a kid, probably LeBron's story of how he upcame, all the adversity and keeping his head forward.
Now, I got you on that, but in the Bible, who you like? Hit me with one. Hit me with one.
You got me there. I'm lost for words.
Okay, we good. I had to hit you with that one, man,
That
but
one.
we good on that. No problem. No problem. Usually that does stump some people, man. Don't be ashamed of that. What church do you attend?
Faith Chapel in Fairfield.
Faith Chapel. My folk over there, Pastor MK.
Yes, sir.
Who's your youth pastor?
I always get everybody mixed up, but
Y'all got a lot of pastors over
a
there.
lot of people, a lot of volunteers. I'm usually with Roger. He's helping me out, helping me with social media, and producing for them.
Okay, cool. So you work it, you help out with the
Yes, sir.
ministry as well. So you're serving.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's awesome, man. So check this out right here. I want you to go on and give shout outs to your mom. Say her name.
And my Susan, and then also my other family that I'm getting to know, Denise McAdory, Trinity McAdory, and Rico McAdory. They're a big part of my life right now.
Man. And Rico, that's one of my dudes there, man. That's one of my guys, man. I love that family right there, man. So that's awesome. So as we go forward, let's talk about the you said when we went through the park, you broke that thing down of how we gave you the balance. Explain how we gave you the balance of football as well as the balance of God. You remember some of those things?
Yes, big one. We were on a roll, and I know we were going into the playoffs. We were actually semifinals, finna get ready for the semifinal game, and we were playing around in practice. Y'all like, hey man, y'all gotta keep our head on straight. I get we winning, but you gotta stay humble. You can't just get hot-headed and just think you that, because you can lose at any point. Stuff can be given and taken away.
You're right. So do you remember how we would do the prayer after the games? Do you remember how I pull everybody together
Yep.
and we do the prayer? The one thing that I always learned from my aspect, I did it when God told me to do it, but then it became like we had to do it after the games.
Yep.
And I remember Coach Ken, who in this area is a legend, and in Little League football, he's a legend for those that aren't in the area. When Coach Ken died, man, how did you feel when you got that word?
That was hard, because y'all's group was what really brought my eyes to football, and it was hard, because that was the first people I ever won a championship with. Never believed in myself that I could play both sides. I can go make a play, or I can just be myself with.
Yeah, and Coach Ken was that coach that would be hard, and then he would love on you the same way.
Yep.
And the end of the season parties we had at his house. For those who don't know, Coach Ken owned a business, and he was very wealthy, and he didn't mind giving back. But the one thing that I learned about Coach Ken was amazing is that he always was listening to things that me and Coach Buck said. And he came back and said after one practice, and he walked over there to me. He said, "Hey boys, I just want to let y'all know, keep praying for me."
Yep.
He said, "It's working." And so when he died, I had to do the eulogy, and to eulogize somebody, I don't take a lot of pride in that or get caught up in it, but he was just one of them guys, and he asked me, and I got a chance to talk to him before he died, and he told me one thing he wanted. He said, "T, don't wear no suit, don't wear a robe." And I was like, "You got it, Coach." And I took, that right there was awesome, because I found out he gave his life to the Lord. I think it was his nephew led him to Christ and talked to him about it. So man, that's awesome. So Coach Ken was instrumental in your life.
Got a lot of great memories on the field and off the field. Like you said, them after, especially at the championship.
Oh yeah,
man,
got to turn up.
the trail rides
Yes.
in the back. I always remember those. How y'all jump out, try to scare us. All
Yeah,
them.
man, we had great times with that, man. So through the park, and then on the middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah, and then the high school.
Yep.
Now we're gonna get into your high school career. You've that right there is really where your testimony begins for real, for real.
Real.
Let's talk about what was going on with your family, things
Yep.
that you went through right there. Let's go there for a minute.
So, a story I don't really talk about, but I've started to, really accept it was not having a father figure.
Mm-hmm.
And my 9th and 10th grade year, that ate me up a lot, especially after he passed away. I couldn't focus on the field. I couldn't do none of that. And what ate me up so much is just the why, why, why you weren't there, why couldn't you be there, stuff like that. And, for me to clear my head, I was just like, I gotta talk. I gotta go sit down. I gotta talk to God. I came up to that field about 8:30 at night. In Penson Valley, the field is a column that goes right up to the PV logo.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting right under that. And I was crying. I was upset. I was angry. And I just had to, learn the lesson of forgiveness. And not only forgiving him, but be able to forgive myself and give my life back to God the way I want it to be. And be able to keep my head up, stay humble, and, be the young man that I want to be.
Wow. And when your dad died, it wasn't like it was just something natural, but it was tragic. It was a tragic situation. So after that, you talking about you gave your life to the Lord, and you didn't do it at an altar. That was your altar, being right there, and you just gave it all to Him. Now you were dealing with the unforgiveness part of it, and even you had to forgive yourself. Talk about that right there.
'Cause like I said, I had to forgive myself because during that time I was angry. Like I was angry because of the whys. Like I see, everybody, they got these 2-parent households, which is like that's what I want, man. And I just had to finally, realize God gave me the life I got, and I got to be reasonable and blessed with it, and be happy for the people I have around me and the resources that are there for me, not for the person that's not there.
Gotcha. Wow, excellent, man. So after you come to that point, and at that point you're at Penson Valley,
Yep.
and I was coming up to the school as the chaplain and everything, and I would always try to keep you guys and give you something applicable that you could use in life. And what did you always remember? You said this to me, but I want people to understand that a lot of the messages I do, maybe to the ordinary church crowd, they're simple, but to these guys it means something, because I believe simplicity is the best thing of the gospel. Sometimes we make it too deep.
Yeah.
We try to make it seem like it's trigonometry or calculus, and it's as simple. It's basic math. So explain to them what you learned or what made you stay focused.
What made me stay focused was, you not coming up and trying to be a teacher. You came up and tried to connect as one of us, and you came in with great energy, and you simplified it down, but also came with the message, the powerful message that we needed to, go out, win the game, or we needed to do in life. And we just really stay connected just because you talked to us. You talked to us like you were one of us, not you were, trying to force something on us.
See, I never even thought of it like that, man. So you just opened up my eyes, because I'm always just trying to let you guys see Jesus through me.
Yep.
I'm not trying to force anything on you, because everything is a choice. You made a choice when you gave your life to the Lord.
Yeah.
So in that walk, you begin making that walk. What were your steps as far as growth? Getting into the church and getting active and things of that nature. What were the steps in that? What helped you with that move?
What helped me to better myself?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it a pastor or anything like that? Because you done tapped into Faith Chapel now, so
Yep.
so we'll get to the point when you made that move as well.
Yeah. Honestly, truthfully, you coming up constantly to the games.
Wow.
And just being there, because during that time, I wasn't in the church, but I still believed heavy. I still believed in myself. I still believed in Him. I still had the Bible.
Yeah.
And so, having you come to the school and not some of us not having a church of our own to come to, you were our church. So,
Wow.
you know, we really absorbed what you were saying because we didn't have nowhere else. And like you could always see a shift in the room, or when you come up, it's Pastor C here, Pastor C here, or Coach C for some of us.
Wow. Man, a pastor told me, he said, man, he said, you're their pastor. He told me, Bishop Larry Ragland told me, he said, you're their pastor. He said, they need you. He said, keep doing what you're doing. You're making an impact. And I've always looked at it as, man, I felt like I have to keep going because I feel called to you guys. And I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. And you're just being an example. You're giving many an example of the difference that is being made. So now you shifted schools, because we went through quite a few coaching changes, and it's understandable. But now you're at Gardendale. Your atmosphere over there, I know you went over there so you have a better opportunity. It's just natural what happens when you go through coaching changes. With your teammates, do you have a circle over there a circle of people, or how do you deal with everything you're going through and making a stand for Jesus where you at?
A lot of them over there are really, since like there's different schools I've been in, because I also was at Hayden.
Okay.
They were strong believers over there. Like,
Okay.
so when I came in, I just, bonded to the people that really was my type of people, and like as them also putting, Bible verses on them or putting, just talking about it.
Wow. So you got a crew over there of believers, man. That's awesome, man. You got to put me in touch with a few of them cats, man. Tell them to reach out to me just like you did, man, so I can see where they at. Now, we don't know what the future holds, but you went through an injury that really got your attention, and this when reality kicked in. Let's talk about that injury, the game, what you saw, and how you prayed about it, and tell the people what happened.
So that game around October, so it's been a year. I started the game off hot energy, good. And, I'm first quarter, I'm going off, and I was like, you know what, coach, let me go catch this one. Try to give us a better yardage, because you know me, even if it's a part ball, I try to make most as I could. So I caught it, I took off running, and then it was a little pile, and just my head and my shoulder was still up. And so the dude, just trying to make a football play, he came in and he just hit me in the perfect spot. He made my head shot back, and then I felt a pinch, and I lost both feelings in my arms. And so when I hit the ground, I couldn't move at all. And just it was amazingly the way I fell, I could make direct eye contact with my mama. And that's all I've had since a kid. And so it was really hard, and I was just praying. I was like, Lord, please give me the strength to get up. My mom was looking dead at me. I need to be able to get up and not scare her, because that's all I've had, and I never wanted to ever, scare her in that type of way. And I was like, just give me the strength to get up. Just let me get up. This might be the end of the game right here, but just let me get up. And I just out of nowhere, I just felt it all come back. I didn't feel no pain. And I was able to play about 4 or 5 more games. I mean, not games, but plays. And then the buzzer ran off at halftime, and it was just like it hit me. It was like all the pain hit me. He was like, all right, you done. You got to go sit down. You got to go get help. And I went into the hospital. I sat in the hospital for about 4 hours. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. They come in. They tell me I have a sprained AC joint, and I also pinched the spinal root nerve. And, when I heard that, I got emotional, because it's like, that could have been way worse than what it was.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been, I could have been paralyzed.
Yes.
And I was just blessed in that, I came to him, and just he was there to give me the strength and courage and, health to be able to fully recover to how I am now. And, I talked to him that night, and he was like, follow me from now on, and I got you. And ever since then.
Man. And you finished out this season.
Yep.
You finished out this season.
Completely healthy.
Yeah, completely healthy. Going forward, I know me and you talked about this as far as your next step of playing college ball or just going to college. Let's talk about that, man. What you plan on doing as of right now?
As of right now, I'm a hang the cleats up. As of right now, that's my goal, and I'm going to business and work on business, but also bring God with me, and also go back to the church. Now that I'm at Faith Chapel, volunteer there and help out there as much as I can, even though I'm going to be in Tuscaloosa.
Man, amazing. So B, with all that you got going on, man, you got a lot that you're doing great. You're doing great things, and now you're hitting the off season, and you. I just want to invite you to come volunteer with us sometime down at Lynn Park if you ain't got nothing going on.
Yes, sir.
But man, you're doing outstanding things, man. So as far as your whole career, and football ending, do you realize that football isn't who you are?
No.
That was
Yeah,
just
yes, I
something. Yeah,
remember.
that's just something you do. And I always told you that you have greatness within you. And I would always say that. You even told me I remember that if I don't remember anything. Uh, so to somebody that's out there, man, we had a situation because most people are looking at you and they say, "Man, I remember him."
Yeah.
And you, like you said, you always led by example. So when you lead by example, explain what that is, what you show.
And leading by example, yeah, this is very big for me because, as you know, I'm very shy from the camera. On the field, I lead by example. So me, it's just, even in the school, say school-wise, get to class on time, get the work done, talk to the teacher when I need to, but, out of school, do what I needed to there and, pray and just, keep my chest high and, be there for other people because you never know what somebody has going on. Do my best to brighten up somebody else's day.
Yes. Yes, especially with bullying going on.
Exactly.
Because
yes, big time.
Yeah, because people look at you, somebody that might not be in that position that play sports and they might be small or whatever. They look at you as like, man, that's a dude there. He's that real dude, and you can bring change to the situation, especially when you see somebody picking on them. I know you've probably seen those situations.
I've stopped a couple of them, and recently I just for Halloween, the Garndale had hosted a monster mash for the special ed kids, and I was in there just doing as much as I can to put a smile on their face and make them have a special time. I think I worked from 9 to about 12, just in there dancing around with them as much as I can to brighten their day up. 'Cause,
Gotcha.
They go through enough.
Yes. Man, that's awesome, man. Great work, man. I love it. You've been in the hands and feet of Jesus right there. So we're gonna get ready to close this thing out. To your peers out there that might be dealing with unforgiveness, they might even not be forgiving themselves and might be without a father, man, because this is a common theme, but it's not uncommon. So what would you say to them to do to come to Jesus, man?
Just, be able to forgive yourself, first of all, and be grateful for what God's blessed you with around you, not for what you don't have. And just, keep your head high. Times can get hard. Just don't get lost in the moment. See what you have for eternity, not just for in you.
And what was the quote that you said to me about the tree? Y'all got to hear this before we close out.
One I learned a lot in high school because, you can hang with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
So the quote I learned was, even though the grass and the trees start from the same place, the trees don't stay around to hang with the grass.
Man. Man, one more time before we get out of here.
Even though the trees and the grass started from the same place, the tree don't stay around to hang around with the grass.
Man, that'll preach right there. Man, thank you guys for tuning in to Break the Huddle with your guy, Pastor Short T. Man, check out Brayden on all his social media, Brayden Robbins on all his social media, and we'll see y'all next time. We out of here. Peace.